Hello and welcome back to Star Ocean. When we last left off, we were doing a private action over in the castle city of Von Il. So of course I couldn't find anyone else, and when we left off I noticed this is the door into the trial labyrinth. So what I did is I started to raise people's levels up a little bit. Radix is level 48. And I started teaching people some skills. And for starters, I taught Ashley the ability of Scout, which you can change encounter rate. Do nothing means your encounter rate is normal. Hunt for monsters, I'm guessing doubles the encounter rate. It's hard for me to tell. And then there's Run from monsters, which at ability level 10, I think just completely ignores the encounter rate. So from here, I decided to go to my favorite place to level grind, which is the Abandoned Mine on Mount Medoc. Now, normally what I would do right here is cut the video and meet you over at Mount Medoc. But just to show you the insane power of the maximum level Scout, I'm just going to run there right now and show you that I'm not getting in any random encounters, which is kinda glorious. Of course, I'm still getting caught up on things. But, okay, so I've gone from Von Il to the crafting city. No encounters with anybody. Going from here to the port town. Not a single encounter on this entire continent. Aside from an encounter with a random house! Because I'm sprinting all over the place. Going to Trop, pay in advance. 800 full, or 80 full per person. That is getting to be a bit expensive, but we should be okay. In fact, soon, money is going to have absolutely no meaning to us whatsoever. And it will be glorious. Glorious, I tell you. So, we're going from Trop to the other port city from here. And again, I just want to show you, not a single random encounter. Which is, again, glorious. I don't have to worry about anything except for dealing with the terrain. Now, I'd still love to have a... Okay, that's kind of new. An additional liquor bottle. Of course, it'll be there once I load up the other save state, because I've been doing other grinding, so that's kind of pointless, but still. Yeah, again, I would love a teleportation ability in this game still, because, yeah, there is a lot of running in this game, which is, not fun. But, you know, it is what it is. That said, having no random encounters is making this considerably easier to swallow than otherwise would be. And then we go up here to the port town here on Tenim. Up this set of stairs that I want to go onto. And you're going to take the ship to Portmas. Absolutely. So, 2 continents, not a single random encounter. You're going to miss your date this time because, sorry, Candy. I'm in a hurry. So we're back on the first continent. Again, notice not a single random encounter. This is glorious. This is wonderful. I'm pretty sure if I was in like a dungeon, I'd probably be getting like some random encounters, like you know, it'd lower it, but it won't completely eliminate it. But for an overworld map, this makes it that much more playable. So now I'm on Mount Medoc, which I guess is technically kind of dungeon-esque. But, you know, not really. It's still just sort of the overworld map. I mean, I can still save here, so it's not like an underground area where you can't save. Mount Medoc Summit. And then starting to head all the way down. And look at all these random encounters I'm not having. Hey, you, with the good water. And yes, here I started to do a bunch of level grinding, and yeah, it took about little under 7 minutes to get from Von Al-Il to here, without any kind of, you know, combat situation, which is, again, glorious. Now let's, I think, load up number 2. Yeah, I think this is as far as I got. Yeah, the guy that I'm using says you should be at around level 45 right now, and that's a little over-leveled. Yeah, Radix is level 54. So I discovered a bunch of really good skills. So I'll start with Radix. Now, I've already built up his ability to cook. In fact, let's hit X to show you a quicker thing on how to do this. Cooking. 10s all around. He is a master chef. I also increased his sketching ability, which is the only thing you need to learn to do art, up to maximum. And the reason I did that, one, is Radix is a good artist based off of his talents, exceptional talents for creating art. Also because it breaks the economy of the game, which we will soon see. But I also taught Radix training. In fact, I taught every single one of my people to max out on training. Training increases the amount of experience points gained after battle. At level 10, your characters get double experience points. Now, to make sure that some people don't go way above level everybody else, not that it matters much, in your special menu, you've got set text, which, you know, assigns your, you know, attack abilities. Oh, and I'll explain the 7-star secret thing in a moment. But you can go to training. You can either act normal or train during battle. Theoretically, you move a little slower while you train during battle, but I really haven't noticed it. So, pretty much I just tell everyone to constantly train during battle. Now, with Ashley, he's got a few other abilities. Again, he's got training, train level 10, of course. The Scout, which I showed you, which now I'm going to go run from monsters because I don't need any more experience points. And Familiar, which, yeah, let's let's drop a save state, and let's call a pigeon. So when you do that, at this point, I can go to essentially a special shop that allows me to buy certain items. In this case, I've got sweet syrups, which I believe is an HP MP restore, spectacles, which allow me to identify things, and savory and lavenders, which are pretty good. Yeah, no extra detail on them, and then you just call Pigeon to send them back out. But while birdseed is really cheap, I don't want to waste it. Let's see, Joshua has been learning a whole lot of stuff. Music, he can now compose and then perform music, and like any bard, that gives him special abilities depending on what instrument he's using. Stuff like a clarinet would automatically create a regular fight as long as you're not in town, and if you beef that up, you get a like special super fight that gives you a whole lot of experience points, and then you use it by hitting perform. And he's also got the ability Oracle, which does nothing right now. Receives the grateful messages from the gods of creation. Try Ace. That'll be good for the New Game Plus, which I might go into, I might not. Or if I do, I'm just going to go right into like the dungeons kind of things. And yeah, that's it for most things. But if I go to items and hit X here, I can go to item creation. Use abilities to create items. And this is where that sketching ability and Ira's writing ability comes into play. I've also taught Joshua how to build weapons. I think it's Marvel that knows how to make jewelry, and Radix knows how to cook, and Joshua also knows how to identify. Now, I can have Ira write about any of the skills that she knows, and at the moment, the only one that she knows how to write about is writing itself. And so if I hit A here, she's writing and she creates a book of grammar. Now, this is exactly what I wanted her to make, but let's see if I can't make her make a bad thing. Which might be difficult because she's maxed out her ability. Yeah, this is getting really hard to have her fail, but okay, here we go. You didn't make anything. Now, you would think if I, save stated between each time I did that, I'd be able to move faster. But the problem is that your opportunity to succeed or fail in using item creation is based off of an almost set random number table. So in this game, it has a random number list, 40, 68, 32, 50, 93, 81, etc., etc., etc. And the only way to reset that that random number list is to save and quit. So in order for me to abuse the hell out of doing this, I'd have to save and quit. But, so we made a whole bunch of books of grammar. which is nice. I've got 8 of them right here. Now I'm going to start just handing a bunch over to Radix. And let's go to Radix's skills here. And he's at writing level 5. Which means, essentially, what's going on is I'm giving him free levels in stuff that he doesn't have to actually spend money on. Now, you can only bring someone up to level 7 by using items. So, let me see if I can't... Yeah, it won't let him go up anymore. So I'll give this book of writing to Ashley. But what that now means is if I go to authoring, go up, and click over to Radix, oh, he can write about a lot of stuff. Yeah, so what eventually you're going to want to do is hand the ability to write to everybody. And very slowly, because not everyone has the talent for writing, which not having the talent but having the skill makes it really difficult to make stuff. But, you know, at this point I could have him write on kitchen knife usage. And as you can see, skill level ×2 increases person's strength. So I could have him make a whole bunch of knife books and start handing them off to my frontline fighters. And with the frontline fighters knowing, I guess, how to use a knife, all of their strength starts increasing, which is really useful. Customize. This is going to come into play much later in the game. Everyone has an item that they can customize, typically for their own use, although like Roxannis's customization thing actually goes to Iria, but customize is what allows you to make the best weapons in the game. Smithing allows you to get the materials needed to make the best weapons in the game. And then finally, how to destroy the local economy. I'm going to save here in slot 1 and hit magic color. And for the most part, I can do stuff like resurrection bottles, liqueur bottles, a lot of normal, necessary kind of stuff. But what I can also copy is instruments. And if we've noticed while going through this game, instruments are really expensive. So if I told you, Radix, to draw a trumpet, because remember that one guy at the crafting town said, whenever I want an item, I don't go to the store, I just draw a picture of it. This is essentially what you're doing. You're drawing a picture of a trumpet. Now let's see if this works out. I've just created a trumpet. I can use that to sell and just make all sorts of awesome stuff. Magic Card allows me to make portraits of people. From what I can tell, it doesn't really do all that much, so whatever. Another thing that Magic Color can also make is crafting components. Like, say, this rainbow diamond, which there are only 4 in the game. I can make an infinite amount of them. Yay! Same with other things like meteorite. Really hard to find, but I can now make an infinite number of them because I'm an artist. Lunar Talisman, really useful for everybody. I can make an infinite number of them. So yeah, that's essentially all I've been doing for the last, like, week and a half, is making people considerably better. I apologize if this video is low on action and plot moving, but yeah, this is going to be this video. When we come back, I'm going to be heading first to the Arena City, where we're going to do a bunch of fighting, because everyone's got enough levels to get through some of their fights. I'll definitely show off like Roxinus's and Joshua's fights, because we haven't seen magic user fights, and with the warriors I'd probably just skip to at least showing what like Radix gets as prizes, and you know, kind of ignore the rest of them. And then after that, probably head over to the crafting city and start completely ruining the economy, because I can definitely afford one violin at this point, and the violin is the most expensive item you can copy. And when you sell it, it's 100,000 full each. Yeah, so money's not going to be much of an issue at that point. And then after that, I will finally go on with the plot line. So thanks for watching. Again, sorry this was kind of boring, but yeah, I guess this is housekeeping. Anyway, see you in 2 days.